Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a long road. A long road of employing the trading like shit strategy, better known as TLS. It was a road paved with missed opportunities, like buying Soxal at $8 and selling at $13, while the stock is now trading over $21. A road filled with selling short puts when I should have held shares. A road filled with regret. But the path to success is not a straight line, and today I have enjoyed the fruits of my labor. As my account stands at $13,255, I have achieved the first $200 milestone, and in doing so, I have earned my crab rangoon. In keeping with the tenets of the 3K challenge, I withdrew gains to pay for one order of crab rangoon, the price of which increased from $9 to $7, so I withdrew $9 to pay for my feast. And now, my friends, it is time. And as I stand here now, a belly full of whatever the hell crab rangoon is made out of, I thank JPOW for being a port in the storm through market volatility, and I thank President Cheeto for his market-pumping tweets. But although I rejoice in my rangoon, I am still beset by the overwhelming sense that I missed out on so many opportunities. I sold hood puts for 2% gains, while watching shares rise 25%. I sold Soxal covered calls for $19 while the stock rose 30%. I lost money on iron condors while the market skyrocketed. At every turn, I underperformed my underlyings. But it's not all bad. My $246 gain after rangoon tax is an 8.16% gain on my $3,000 of buying power. Meanwhile, SPY rose about 16.4% from 505 to 603 since I started this challenge at the very bottom of the Liberation Day crash. There is worse trading out there. At least I didn't lose money. But to earn half of what the S&P did over the same time frame is weak. And just as bad, this triangle-shaped crab rangoon was of poor quality. I need more gains, and I need better crab rangoon before I can declare victory. My mission is not complete. It's time to light the fire once again and resume the 3K challenge. Today is Thursday, June 12th, and I haven't traded in a while since my daughter graduated preschool, my son turned 1, and my grandmother-in-law turned 90, so we've been on the road and had lots of guests. So now, my portfolio is almost entirely cash, except for a few shares of Soxal that I previously purchased with gains. With my remaining approximately $200 of gains, I'm going to buy 3 shares of Robinhood, ticker HOOD. I think the company is positioning itself well to be inseparable from investing and banking. It's even soliciting to become the default broker for this Trump account thing, and politicians are buying shares. At a $66.7 billion market cap, I think it's got clear skies ahead. When I get some more cash, I'll sell these shares and buy a long call expiring this winter. With the main account value of $3,000, I have a much more important choice to make. Previously, I've been conservative and only sold out of the money or maybe at the money puts. As a result, I've missed out on quite a bit of price rise. We're eventually going to have a pullback, but unless this Iran thing goes crazy over the weekend, I think we've got a long way to go. Any dip will get bought up until we're at SPY 700. I'm going to sell an in-the-money Soxal put expiring tomorrow in anticipation of assignment. The stock is currently trading for about $22, and selling the $23 put expiring tomorrow will award me $116 in premium. I could just buy shares, but this option has $16 of extrinsic value on it. So unless Soxal goes above $23.16 tomorrow, selling this put is 16% better than buying shares. If Soxal does go above $23.16 tomorrow, then I will have once again missed out on additional gains. But a $116 gain in a day and a half would still put me more than halfway toward my next round of rangoon. With these positions opened, I want to remind everybody that Moomoo has extended its new user promotion until July, so new users will get up to 60 free shares on deposit, and existing users should always do what I'm doing right now. Go go to the task center and do these little articles, challenges, whatever else for these moo points. Especially make sure you do these high value events like 1,000 points to paper trade. Once you've collected for a while and have about 16,000 points, go to the points redemption and get some merch or vouchers. I personally prefer the share vouchers, and once I hit 16,000 moo points, I'll get this $10 voucher. That will give me $10 back as cash after any share purchase I make. In other words, buy a $15 share of SoFi and you'll get $10 back as cash when the trade settles. This is a nice added perk. Now that I'm done for the day, I'll let this position ride out and check back tomorrow to see Soxels rise to $23.
و ارواح طیبشون رو
meine Arbeit für richtig hältst, ob du glaubst, dass ich fleißig gewesen bin, dass ich gearbeitet.
The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan.
Well, so far things are not going according to plan. When I sarcastically said yesterday that I'm only in trouble if the next world war kicks off over the weekend, I didn't actually expect it to happen, and now my Soxel position is completely cooked. The stock is trading for a little over $20, which means I'm $3 in the money. My basis will be just under $22, so I'm going to wind up assigned almost $2 underwater. Hood is also down a little bit, but I'm not really worried since it's just a few shares. I am a little bit afraid to check Mumu because I know I'm taking it to the teeth on Soxel, but here goes nothing. Oh, that's not as bad as I thought. I'm still up about $50 on the challenge. That's not that bad. But there's really no way around the fact that I have screwed the pooch once again by buying a leveraged long position within 8 hours of Israel and Iran shooting missiles at each other. So I have to chalk this up in the L column so far. I'll recover with $23 covered calls on Soxel over time. In the meantime, I don't deserve this crab rangoon, so let's give it back. All jokes aside, I do not expect this Iran-Israel conflict to escalate beyond this back and forth missile and air barrage. What we're seeing right now is the high watermark of conflict intensity. Israel cannot physically occupy Iran, or it would be the most violent partisan warfare on earth. Jihadis from even Iran's rivals like Saudi Arabia would travel to combat the infidel invaders. There's no way Israel even tries. The only power on our side of the ledger that can occupy Iran is the US, and we're not going to get back into another war in the Middle East. But meanwhile, there is a 0% chance the US allows Iran to put one foot in Israel. Any physical occupation would have to come via Hamas or another Iranian proxy, and they just don't have the cards to attack and occupy Israel. These countries simply cannot fight in any other way than what they're doing right now, which means all they can do is punch each other with missiles, but will never grapple with boots on the ground. This conflict will end quickly, almost certainly before the end of June. So while the 3K challenge might be suffering some short-term pain, we will be well on the way to another round of Crab Rangoon in no time. Don't forget to subscribe so you can see more of the TLS strategy. And of course, I welcome you to join Theta Gang's free Discord. I'll see you guys next time.